What up? Today is November 10th, 2011. It's a full moon tonight, and the gremlins have hit again. My car. Man, yesterday everything was fine. Went to get gas, reset my trip meter. Came home, woke up this morning to go skydiving. Look, when I got downstairs, I noticed my trip meter was still at 0. So I was like, oh no. And I drove all the way down skydiving, had a good day today, drove back 120 miles, trip meter still 0. Odometer didn't turn either. Now this has happened before with back in spring, and I tore it all apart and a gear stripped out. So I'm about to go and tear it all apart again. Figured I would make a video about it. I'm hoping that maybe when I put it back together I didn't put something in all the way right and a gear popped out or something. Or even if the same gear stripped, I'm hoping that the person on the internet I bought it from, which I forget, I would have to search my email to see if I can find who I bought it from, will send me another one for free, since, you know, it's been less than a year. But we'll go and tear it apart and see what happens. So here's the dash. I gotta pop this knob off, which just pops out, and then undo these 2 screws to get this faceplate off. Okay, so I got the cover off. By the way, these are still using the same star bit that I had to use to remove my tweeters. Now I had to remove the actual cluster with 4 screws, I believe. Okay, once you undo the 4 screws, the cluster comes out. You had to undo 2 connectors, and now the cluster's out. I want to take it up to my apartment to tear it apart. Okay, so I have it up here. I tore it apart. By the way, when I was out there, I guess it was one of my neighbors was like, "Man, you keep that car up very nicely." I was like, "Thank you," but I think the car. I think I've been slacking keeping the car up. You know, you should have seen it when I lived in Maryland. That's when I kept the car clean. But I undid several of these screws around here. You got to pop the 2 side modules out, and then you can pop out the main module. Now when you turn it over here, this is the motor that spins the gears for the odometer, and this gear right here is the one that I replaced, that stripped out. So I'll turn the camera off and take a closer look. Well, the good news is this gear, which is the new gear I put in, it's still good. It didn't break. The bad news is this little worm gear that's on the motor is what broke. And you know, I remember they were selling these when I was looking at buying this gear, and I probably should have replaced them both, but I was trying to be cheap. So as you can see, it's a lot shorter. It broke off there, and I don't know if you can see it because I don't have it on macro. It's plastered up there right above my finger. So I'll pull that worm gear out. Okay, so there's the motor, and that little piece I put out, there's the piece. Just the end of that worm gear broke off, and it causes this gear to stop spinning. So I'm going to completely remove this worm gear, and then I'm going to search online. But I'm going to completely remove this worm gear and put everything back together, because there's nothing I can do today. But as you can see, if you guys want to stop your odometer from spinning, all you had to do is pull this gear straight out. It just pulls straight out, and then your odometer will stop spinning. You can put 100,000 miles on it, put it back in, and it will look like it has 100,000 miles less. Now personally, I want my odometer to work because I like keeping up on the oil changes every 3,000 miles, and, you know, keeping up on the car. So I want my odometer working, so I'm going to definitely fix this. So I got it back together. Went back together just as easily it came apart. In case you're wondering, that star screwdriver tip, that tip will give you everything. Will get you all the way down to the gears. If you don't have one, you can probably find a flathead. You need to use the star to get that the very outer trim out. But after that, you can use nut drivers. I don't know what size they are, but if you have that star bit, that'll work just fine all the way to take everything out. So now I'm going to go online and see how much it's going to cost me. It's really no big deal. You know, the car's running fine, which is my biggest concern. It's just a minor setback, and hopefully it won't cost me 25 bucks like the last one did. Guess what? Another 25 bucks. And I'm kicking myself in the butt now because that other gear that I told you was 25 bucks, I have an option, and I still have an option to buy both the worm gear and that gear for $35. But at the time, I was trying to be cheap and figured, oh, I'll save $10, not only buy the gear I need. But now I need that gear. So if you're tearing it apart for the first time, the deal with the main drive gear and the worm gear, 2 gears for $35, get it. Because as you can see, they'll both end up breaking over time. So I think I'm gonna go and just buy the worm gear. It's like 23 bucks, 24 bucks, and I'm just gonna buy the worm gear now because the other gear's still brand new. Famous last words, huh? But yeah, so if you're doing it for the first time, spend the extra 10 bucks and get both gears, because you know, it saves you tearing it apart twice, and it just shows you that both of them do break. So I'm going to end this video here. Maybe when it comes in, I'll make a video putting it together. See ya.